This was published on creepypasta.org by user Grim-in-Darkness. Title: The Dollmaker. In a little village, tucked away from the rest of the world, lived Niels, a dollmaker. His home is up on a hill, completely isolated from everyone else. He creates dolls for those who have lost their friends and loved ones, an empty husk without a soul. There is a rumor that Niels once brought his wife to be back to life. Since he had dabbled in black magic, he broke the rules that were once taught to him by his master. When Niels brought her back to life, she was no longer herself. She had harmed many people, and thus, he had to end her life a second time. Not wanting his apprentice to make the same mistake, he hid away the patchwork book in the drawer of his home. When Niels' apprentice took over for him since he was now retired, Niels warned Otto never to touch the patchwork book tucked away in his home's locked drawer. Since that book held dark magic, Niels once used it selfishly. He instructed Otto to use the guidebook to create lifeless dolls to resemble someone's deceased family member or friend. "It's nothing but bad luck," Niels warned his apprentice. "And it will bring nothing but tragedy," he added, settling down to rest. Otto heeded his warning, only making dolls within reason and never bringing a person back to life. That was until the person he secretly loved in an accident that took his life. He rushed to that small house on the hill where Niels lived without thinking. Otto opened the locked drawer, which he was told not to take, an old patchwork book. Opening up the book, it explains how to bring someone back to life. They would no longer be human and would become living dolls. There would be grave consequences associated with their reincarnation. Pushing consequences aside, Otto got to work on bringing Kurt back to the living. Gathering some of the materials was difficult, but he acquired them with some persuasion. Worried about his apprentice, Niels decided to check up on him. After all, the young man did lose the person he cared about. When he opened the door to Otto's workshop, he was not ready for what he was about to see. The scene before him was just like himself those years ago. His apprentice touched Kurt's face affectionately, the person who was supposed to be dead. Who should have stayed dead? Kurt's crimson eyes opened, and he looked around. "What have you done?" Niels panicked, backing up to go out the door. His blood ran cold. Otto's emerald eyes were soon on him. "What have I done? Oh, only bringing my friend back to me. And wouldn't you know, you're just in time for dinner. Isn't he Kurt?" Kurt's eyes were soon on the retired dollmaker, who was frozen. Why wasn't he turning on Otto? When he had brought back his wife in the past, she had turned on him, and he had to end her by watching her die a second time. "It's time to eat." The door to Otto's workshop closed, drowning out any screams that threatened to escape. Up on a hill isolated from the rest of the village, a doll maker will make any doll you ask, whether it be a family member or a friend. He'll even bring them back to life. Though there will be consequences, you'll be fine if you follow the instructions. I hope that you have plenty of flesh.